Hey, good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning?
Good morning.
Let's see, everything is
Oh,
reversed.
I'm gonna have to get close to you, huh?
Let's see if we can work out this
Okay,
camera a little
that's
bit
good
better.
enough. That's good. That's good. That's perfect.
That's good.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Bless up, bless
Belinda,
up. How you doing?
how you doing, Belinda? Family man, how are you doing? Kathy B, how you doing? Kim Stage, Kim Stage, her gardening, her life. How you doing? Good to see you.
Belinda,
Great day to
Kathy
everyone.
B, Grand Rising. Bless up, bless up.
How's everybody doing?
Hope y'all doing well.
Man, it is beautiful here. It's beautiful here in the great state of Florida. What we zone 9A now? Zone 9A
Slash 8B.
slash 8B.
Yeah. It's all of
They
that.
shouldn't
All
have
above.
bothered us. They
It's
shouldn't
all
have bothered
above.
our zone, because our zone is fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But how y'all doing? How's
What's up,
everybody?
Shy? What's
Hi,
going on?
Shakira. How you doing?
So, we want to welcome you on in to Eco Nation News.
Welcome everybody.
News that you may or may not be able to use. And we got a brand new day. We got a brand new week, right? We already know that we're blessed to see this beautiful week. I hope you got big plans. Y'all put in the chat if you're thankful. Put some T's in the chat if you're thankful. If you're
Hey.
thankful to make it this week. We got another week. Chalk off another week in your life, y'all. We're so blessed to be here, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful day. You see the sun shining through, baby?
Yes, Lord.
Mm.
Yes, Lord.
You got your reading glad. You came prepared, didn't
I
you?
came prepared today, babe. Shoot.
You relax.
Yeah.
You're in the greenhouse.
Vibe.
Okay.
It's a vibe.
Good. Good. Sit back and relax. And I hope you all enjoyed today's show. We're just gonna kind of sit back and talk about little things. Woke up this morning around a chilly 40 degrees, and it was cold.
It was cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was cold. It was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been cold. It's been cooler.
Cold the last couple of days.
Yeah. But those 40-degree mornings, boy, they hit, man. They hit.
Ask the lawman, how you doing?
What's up? What's up?
Put the P in the chat.
What the P means? I don't know what the P means. My brother and sister on the beat.
Okay. All right. Be safe out there, brother.
Be cross-eyed when you watch and watch us, and then watch the beat at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep your eye on us at the same time. You know.
So what y'all think about the new setup? What you think about the new setup going on here?
WIP. WIP. Let me put that caveat on that.
WIP.
Yeah, WIP.
What's that?
Work in progress.
Oh, work in progress. Okay.
Work in progress.
Okay.
It's I had to change around a few things. I'm still changing around. There's gonna be a lot more change. So yeah.
You know, the lounge is a little vibe. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't call this a lounge. We're not gonna take that brand, because we got the Uncle Ed. He got the lounge. So
but I mean, come on, dog.
Hey, much respect. So we're gonna it's gonna be the greenhouse studio. Yeah.
Hey, in the studio.
We're in the studio.
Vibe, you know,
it's all a vibe, baby. It's all a vibe. But at the same time, it's supposed to get up to 81 degrees this week. 81. You ready?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
You ready?
I've been ready for this thing.
I mean, yesterday was nice. The wind got up a little bit high, but it was nice.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to hold that, because you're gonna always touch it.
Am I?
Yeah, that's why you gotta hold it.
Okay.
You gotta get you a little.
You just worry about you. How about that?
Get you a little stand. Yeah,
How about you worry about you right
because when you put that right there on that table, it shakes like you're doing. It just shakes in there.
I'm setting up. So I can see.
Nation News.
This is Eco Nation News. Eco Nation News.
And y'all see the merch, just in case you want to grab the merch. Y'all see the merch. Yeah.
Eco Nation News.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do now the weather's warming up?
Oh my gosh. I'm gardening. I am absolutely.
What you mean by gardening?
I didn't think I was going to like set up a dedicated garden. I am setting up a dedicated garden. I know we got some we still got a lot of trees that we need to knock down to get power back here, but I'm gonna set up a dedicated garden. I'm gonna try to get out your way. I'm gonna try.
No, when you get out, you get in.
I'm trying to get out your way, man. That's all I can promise. I'm gonna try to get out your way so that I can have a dedicated garden area because I'm ready to plant something. We have been, it feels like the last 5 years, we have been RV living. And so the last 5 years we've been RV living.
It's been 5.
So I'm feeling like I got that thing in me right now. You know, for men they call it that dog. You got that dog in it. What you call it for women? Got that cat in you?
I don't know. When I was thinking, I ain't got no cat in me. I don't mind getting a cat, but I tell you what,
anyway, Be Rich. How you doing, Be Rich? Good morning. Good morning. Listening and grilling. Eco Neighbor is going to be grilling today as well.
Really?
Yes, he is.
Had no idea. Nice to know. I didn't have it in my plan. But hey.
Yeah, he gonna be grilling today.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah. All in the soil. How you doing?
All in the soil.
At Ford Barbecue. How you doing? Good to see you in the chat.
I ain't seen Aunt Ford in a while.
Aunt Ford is in this thing. Aunt Ford been in here. Aunt Ford been in Eco Nation last couple of weeks.
So I'm just saying I don't remember seeing. Welcome in.
All right. What are we talking about today, Eco Neighbor?
We're talking about a lot of stuff.
Send me a slab.
Which one?
Look,
Be Rich.
Be Rich now. Be Rich. We getting it in now.
Yeah, Be Rich, or you gonna have to wait on Eco because I ain't even got nothing started.
That's all right. I support
my
you.
Renaissance.
I support you fully.
Of course, you support me. You got
getting
my back.
It started. I have your back, baby.
Yeah, I know you got
your back.
That's one thing.
My Renaissance grandma, how you doing? Good morning to you.
Good morning. So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You know the weather's been cool here in Florida. This winter has been extra cool. But guess what? The strawberry growers in the Central Florida has been just jumping for joy.
Really?
They say the strawberry harvest this year will be phenomenal. So if you all are not in the Florida area, but you plan on arriving in Florida area this month is almost gone, but February is your strawberry in Central Florida, mainly Central Florida. You can grow it pretty much throughout Florida, but I mean, they have festivals. They have a lot of different stuff around the Central Florida area. They have a lot of grow and pick. They say the produce, the production may not be as bountiful, but they were saying the freshness and the sweetness because of the cool temperature. According to Central Florida Ag News, they say that, man, the taste of these strawberries are phenomenal. Of course, they are concerned because a lot of retailers and a lot of people are using produce from out of the country. So they're saying that, hey, the grade and the quality is much better. So look for Florida grown strawberries. If y'all out there, you got the availability, be strategic to look for Florida based grown strawberries. Or why not come down? Seed Vision.
How you doing, Seed Vision? Seed Vision said, what's up with that can of Mighty Microplastics? I guess that was something you posted.
Oh yeah, that can. Yeah, I saw that. I came across that in my timeline. I'm like, right now the big thing is about the fish, and there's a lot of consumption of in the oceans, turtles, whales, fish. A lot of them have plastics inside of their system.
Yes.
And they're finding like a crazy amount of plastics in a lot of fish. Yeah. So someone got creative and did a little Photoshop, but now, I don't know, Be Rich, we might go down this road with technology because I know you love talking about technology. But, I used to be a photographer. I used to do graphic design. I used to do printing. But do you realize the amount of time that you can save if you've been a graphic designer with some of these apps and with some of all these new AI technologies? I don't know if y'all have heard, but I posted it. Even Tyler Perry put on hold multi-million-dollar deals because of this new AI technology. It is text to video. Y'all look it up.
Text to video. Okay.
Text the video. You can text, like say,
Oh, I like it.
just
I like
say
it.
if I am on the beach and I got pink flamingos and I am got my wife with a grass skirt on next to me.
Okay.
All of a sudden you got a video and you can write the script and whatever and it automatically creates it.
Wow. Okay.
And they're saying that this technology is impacting the movie industry. They are saying that he actually, Tyler Perry used it, but he didn't expect for, according to this article, this is all this article, he didn't expect for it to come as fast and for it to develop as fast. And so he did put some things on hold, according to this article, because he was saying that you don't have to do a lot of traveling. You don't have to do a lot of on set, in person, a lot of stuff. You can actually use AI, a lot of this technology to be wherever you want to be, and it can put that whole setting into your world just by texting, just by writing a script. So imagine writers now. We finna transform book writers.
I was just thinking,
we finna transform a lot of different creative people. Wow. If you're creative, if you have a creative talent, if you have a gift of this amazing writing skills, do you know what this will do to your books, to your artistry? This is going to transform a lot of different stuff. This is going to be game changing.
I like it.
And already the entertainment business, and I'm not going to go down this road, but I got to. These comedians and all this beefing and feuding, you got a lot of people. See, one thing I'm telling y'all, this is my personal opinion. This is eco opinion. It has nothing to do, because this is news you may or may not be able to use. A lot of this warring and beefing and battling, I don't believe it's real. I think a lot of this, from slaps to everything else, a lot of this is to boost the industry. It's almost like when you had a musician, all of a sudden get in the news or maybe get a misdemeanor or something like that, then they drop an album right next to it.
Right.
All these people going on tours now, and even who really let the cat out of the bag was Mike Epps, when he said, "Hey, y'all forgot about me. Y'all didn't mention me when the Cat Williams and all that." And then now all of a sudden Shannon Sharp had a beef, and then now they already cool. A lot of this stuff, this is Hollywood. They are great.
You gotta understand too that any controversy, or it's like they say, all attention is good publicity. So for them, like we get it. We understand what it is. Let me say hello to some people came in. B Rich said, have you used the chimney starter and lump coal?
Yes.
You did. Yeah, he did use the chimney starter and lump coal. Living natural. Hello, Gigi and Eco will be listening in the background. Got thumbs up. Hello to you. Good to see you. Thank you. Listening while bird watching and photo shoots. Okay. Kim Stage, her garden.
Y'all hear the birds in the background?
There they go. Seed Vision, how you doing? Eco and Gigi got that glow going on today. You know, it was a good morning. It was a beautiful morning. You know,
was it good?
Stop.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to scoot over because
how you doing? I'm good. Don't move. Do not move. I am good. I'm fine. All right.
I don't want to look like I'm light skinned. You kind of dark skinned. You know, we gotta keep that balance. You know, last time we had this conversation, we was back at the house.
I'm good, baby. I'm good.
Me and the sun shining, boy.
Good to see you, Sweet Thumb. Sweet Thumb says you can create entire scenes without the staff and manpower. That's scary. That's scary.
And y'all already know we talked about how it's going to impact the work industry. We know it's going to impact. B Rich sent a great
Family Man. Video. How you doing? Family Man coming in with the
What's up, Family Man? Good to see you. You
sorry.
And family.
What
No. I was just saying he sent the video, and it almost parallels to the things we've been talking about for weeks, for months, right? People need to be prepared. And I'm not talking about sometimes doomsday could just be no internet. No cell phone.
Oh yeah. What B Rich sent in the chat the other day. Yesterday with the people going crazy.
Yeah. They didn't have cell phone service.
They lost a cell phone. There was this one girl in particular that pulled up to a drive-through, and she was just hysterical asking for help because her phone wasn't working. And so I guess she couldn't get wherever she was going. And she was a young lady, so a lot of them, they were born with this in their hand, and they really don't know how to get around without having some sort of technology, something to help them. So we got to go back. We got to go back.
There was one individual, and then I saw another video where one guy, he was literally having I guess a panic attack because he was lost. He was used to using his phone and the GPS, and he couldn't navigate his way through anything, And he was like, "Who use paper maps anymore?" And I'm like,
they still print them. So obviously people are using them. Grammy Guns, how are you doing? Good to see you. Bell's Backyard Garden, hey sis, how you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people still, well, not a lot, not as many as are using the technology, but there are still people who use the maps. I mean, there are some. I saw one video I also saw was some truck drivers. They were following the GPS, and they were basically stuck. I don't know if they got out, how they got the trucks out of there, but they were basically stuck because the GPS was showing them the way to go. They were focusing on the GPS, and they came to an overpass that was too low for them to pass. So they were lined up trying to go through this overpass. So there's so many ways, so many reasons why we have to get back to doing things in a way that we may not be the most comfortable with. I'm lurking and working. All right, Happy Mac, how you doing? Hi, Pia, how you doing? Grand Rising. So there's a lot of reasons that we're going to have to get back. And I was sitting there like, let me upload my video for today because my phone was working. Both of my phones were working. I got one on Verizon, one on Straight Talk. And so
a few Verizon, but it mainly was
my Straight Talk works off the Verizon towers too.
But Straight Talk actually works off multiple.
Well, I know it works off multiple, but mine is working off Verizon.
So towers. Let me do a Straight Talk plug. Been using Straight Talk for a long time.
Long time.
People used to laugh at me when I walked away from the big providers.
Yeah.
And they like, you got a straight. They used to laugh at the phones and all that.
Yeah.
And then it's people that kept watching their rates and stuff kept increasing. And then they start asking me about the Straight Talk. Yeah. I'm like, but the thing is about Straight Talk, what they do, they buy unused minutes. They buy like all these big old companies, they have a surplus. And then so they use different platforms, and the majority, it depends on your location, depends on where you are. Like Verizon typically is ours, which is perfect. Verizon is Florida, Sprint, Verizon. It used to be wasn't it Sprint at one time and now it's Verizon?
Probably.
Yeah, they keep changing. It was before it was Sprint, it was something else. So but it's all good. It's all good. So now we're gonna get into what we came here for the Eco Nation News, right? According to the USDA, we're talking about food for your home. We're not talking about restaurant food. We're not talking about going out already prepared food. We're talking about food at home. Now, according to the USDA, there's an article that's been released. Of course, anytime you get government or any type of article, they're talking about the year prior or years prior. So we don't have current right now because we're only in the second month of this year. But as of 2023, there has been a 5% food increase.
What?
5%. Wait a minute. What you waiting for?
Because I buy food. So
okay, wait a minute. Let me share something with you.
Okay.
Over the last historical period of 20 years, the average increase has been 2.5% per year. Okay, listen.
I'm listening.
Let me keep going. This is according to the USDA now.
Okay, according to the USDA.
Okay.
That's the caveat. Okay.
Now, in 2022 was a unique year because in 2022, real estate was high, cars was high, everything was high. They said that it was what? over 11% increase in food. So think about this. You're normally getting, according to the USDA, 2.5% every year increase, right?
Mm.
Then that year of 2022, there was over 11%, right? Bam, that's a serious jump, right?
Mm.
Then on top of that, now we're at 5%. So whether you want to believe it or not, I'm going to go through some of the food categories, but we already know you miss controversial. We already know that you know
I'm
what you know.
controversial.
Yes, because you anything the news say,
I don't believe it. So if that makes me controversial, then I'm controversial, doggone it.
Well, give me some of your feedback before we go into it. Give me some feedback.
I clearly saw things double in price.
Double in price.
Whether that equates to an 11% increase. Okay, I'm not an economist. I can't tell you, but I clearly saw things that I used on a regular basis double in price. So I don't know like how that plays out, but basic things like we have stopped just buying certain things. And then the things that we do feel like we need, that we still buy even though the prices have increased a lot. We're very conservative with our use. I'll just say it like that. We're very conservative with our use. I know that's right, Assalam, man. I know that's right.
Man, come on, y'all gotta have confidence into the infrastructure, into the information that's being released. Now, going in that line to kind of have a conversation about that. They say, according to the studies, that there were certain things that had significant increases, like oils and fats. Any type of fats and oils, it rose at well over 9%.
And that was the first thing that came to my mind.
That was just in 1 year. That was just in 1 year.
Just making our own soap and buying those things. One of the things like I have really been struggling with, and I used to buy all the time, the avocado oil. That was the only oil that I bought that we cooked with. And I also make soap with avocado oil. But the price now for one container of avocado oil, I'm looking at $20 for one container. And I'm just like, ugh. Like the struggle is
now,
real.
What was it maybe 2 or 3 years ago?
It was more like 11, 12.
11, 12 to what?
Which is still high to a lot of people, but for me, it's well worth it. You know, when I can get something that is cold pressed, it comes from an actual vegetable and not from
which women, vegetables or vegetable? Because some of the oils are mixed.
Most of them are just soybean oil, and that's what I always try to avoid. You know.
Now, soybean oil is not good for everyone.
I'm not, and I'm not going there.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is stop your man from eating soy. Listen.
What you talking about?
All of this emotional stuff that's going on and acting like women and all of that stuff, it's because of the estrogen that's in the soy. That comes from the soy.
It's a lot of products out there that's soy.
There's a lot of products that are soy based. That's why I said stop your man from eating soy. I didn't say one product. I'm just saying like cut it out.
Okay.
All these fast food restaurants. You remember you were talking about the scent of the oils and all this type of stuff. All of that stuff. It's like, you know, it's hard. It's very, very difficult.
Even I know
avoid.
Peanut oil has changed over the years. And some people, restaurants, they cook with peanut oil, but it has changed over the years.
Yeah. Brother Lawrence, how you doing, Brother Lawrence?
What's up, Brother Lawrence?
Welcome in. Brenda King, how you doing, sis? Welcome in. Good to see you. Blessings back to you.
Now, understand those numbers are stats, right?
Yeah.
So in between those numbers, some stuff double in price.
Yeah.
Some stuff goes down in price.
Yeah.
Some stuff kind of maintain the same consistency.
Yeah.
because we're talking about overall stats and overall.
That's why I say I ain't no economist, so I don't know how it plays out. But yeah, I guess if you're talking in averages,
yeah,
then
and I'm talking on a large scale because we're dealing with, like I said, the USDA. So let's talk about sugars and sweets.
J3, how you doing?
So,
Good to see you. Nikki, how you doing? Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Nikki says everything has changed and will continue to change and will.
Does she understand that she's speaking the truth?
Straight fact.
Because understand whatever you're doing right now, it will always change.
It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
It's going to get more challenging.
It's going to get more expensive.
More expensive.
For most people, that's worse. If you think about it, a lot of you with your last role and working for somebody else, right? Mm-hmm. When you were hiring new people, mm-hmm. Were you hiring them? Were you bringing new people in for more money? Was your agency as a whole bringing people in for more money? Or were the salaries staying the same or were they going down?
Salaries overall were increasing. Salaries were increasing. In order to compete, in order to maintain and keep a staff, the mission was to either not necessarily, for instance, you might have somebody working somewhere, and that's why I say you got to be careful these days when you're working a long term in the same job doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. You're missing out on opportunities. Mm-hmm. So we had a lot of baby boomers retire. Mm-hmm. And it took those baby boomers years to make what they were making, right? And we started hiring considerably younger people mm-hmm. for the same price with less experience, mm-hmm. with less, mainly less experience. Okay. But in order to get them there and to train them and to maintain and keep them, we had to come in competitive. Okay, now let me ask you this. This is my follow-up question to that. I know I'm finna get ready to go through it. I'm finna see what it is. No, it's a simple question. Okay. So in relation to, they're making more than the people that have been there for 30 years, right? Making the same. So they came in like that, right? Mm-hmm. So in relation to what those older people, the baby boomers, Gen Xers, would have in terms of bills, most of them already got a house, right? Mm-hmm. Most of them already got their vehicles and stuff under control. They're basically set in their finances. So how would those same salaries work for the young people who are out here with the rents being raised, whatever percentages that they're being raised? How would they do even at those salaries that you all are paying? Hi, Wayne, how you doing? Hey, Wayne, Samitra Rose, wonderful day to you. How you doing? Rosalind says, true, I cook avocado oil, not cheap. Hello. How you doing? Welcome, Rosalind. D Jackson, how are you doing? Welcome to you. All right, go ahead. So I want to kind of address that in two ways. It makes it very difficult for them to compete, but the problem is there are some things that we're going to deal with a little bit later on. But in order to compete, we're going to have to get out our comfort level. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that, the traditional way of earning income, the traditional way of taking care of a family, raising a family, a lot of that we're going to have to change our mindsets, not necessarily our goals, but we're going to have to change our mindsets on how do we arrive at that, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We're going to have to get very creative. And everybody is unique and everybody's different. Some mm-hmm. people, they just, they don't mind going to work every day. They want a set salary, but you're going to be struggling if you do that. Mm-hmm. If you are a person where you want to go in, you'd be like, hey, I'm here right now. I'm going to get the experience. I'm going to take this experience. I'm going to take it to another level, whether it's in the company or it's outside of that company. Okay. Whether I need to move, whether I need to go where competition is far less. You're going to have to make those decisions. You're going to have to be strategic about what you're doing. Otherwise, there's no way in the world we can keep up with inflation.
Yeah. Hey, Sunday, how you doing? Good to
What's up,
see
son?
you. Um, Samitra Rose says, when I had my job, my pay increase did not match the cost of
Will
living
not.
increase.
It will
Yeah,
not. You know,
mine ain't match either.
you know, I have to say we have to think about these companies, right? We have to think about how do they run, because not always CEOs are running these companies. Sometimes it's the workers that's creating these environments too. Your managers, your executive directors, your regional managers, they running this company too. Because it's a vicious cycle. When you look at a company and the dynamics of a company, it is a ruthless cycle. So imagine you are a employee, then you got maybe a lead, right? Which is rare these days. You might have a supervisor, you might have a regional or director, right? They are paid to reduce the cost. They are paid bonuses to turn so much profits, and you don't get a piece of it. You don't get a share of it. Every single year you come to work and you do your job, you do a great job, you do something amazing. They get the bounty of that. And so as long as I'm not saying always, but in a lot of cases, as much as they can squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and you become productive as an employee, the more beneficial it is for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely
so
beneficial for them.
yeah.
So blessed. How you doing? Good morning to you. Seed, soil, and sunshine. Hello, how you
Seed, soil, and
doing?
sunshine, how you doing? So blessed, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. So this is the vicious cycle. And my question is, if you're on the entry level, what do you do?
You get a side hustle. That's what you do. You find a way to do something. Here's the thing about a lot of people who didn't come from money, right? A lot of people who did not come from money are so creative. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is that they are creative because guess what? They didn't have everything handed to them. There's this one guy who did a voiceover, and it says something to the effect of, you're poor. You don't have the luxury of not being creative. You don't have the luxury of being lazy. You don't have the luxury of having things handed to you. So you have to get off your backside and you have to find something creative that you can do that somebody is willing to pay you for.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What happens to a single parent that has kids, that has a full-time demanding job, that's limited on transportation, limited on housing resources, and they are in a situation where all they're doing is trying to survive? They have no room to do a side hustle because everything they're doing, they're commuting, they're riding the bus, they going to work, working 10, 12 hours. They're trying to get their kids out, either school or daycare or what have you. What how do you navigate through a situation like that?
I mean, if you can't find the time, you're going to be poor. You're going to struggle. If you can't figure it out and find the time. I can't say what nobody else can do or whatever. All I'm going to say is, if you cannot figure it out, if you can't find a way to make some extra money, you're gonna struggle, because these companies are not going to pay you. Look at the comment that's on the screen. Sweet Thumb said, I got a promotion and was making less. That wasn't even counting the unlimited overtime that the lower position offered.
So it
To my
sounds like
point,
it
you're
sounds
not
like
going to you're not going to do
yeah.
you're not going to change your situation by working for these companies. And this is why most people that I know, they got to hustle.
So
They got some sort of hustle. I don't care what it is, whether they have to do on the weekend, whether they selling um off extra stuff that they don't use and don't need and making money on the weekends. Those little things, those simple things can put money in your pocket. It can give you the extra that you need in order to be able to do some stuff that you ordinarily wouldn't be able to do.
So let's go back to Sweet Thumb. He brought up a valid point. It reminds me back in what, 2002. You remember that, when I was a
Yeah, the warehouse manager.
Warehouse manager. When I was a warehouse manager, I had a supervisor, I had staff, and this and that. But I got moved to warehouse manager. But a warehouse manager, see, that's why I say you got to be strategic. This is a chess game. You got to look at those things and strategize what you're doing, because if you sit there and you stay in that zone, you're gonna continue to just slowly sink a little bit, because everything tearing
else
up
around you,
everything
right?
just
Stuff
breaking
is
down.
tearing up. The food costs are going up. Everything around you is moving.
Yep.
So you gotta figure it out. You're gonna have to figure out something.
And what I wanted to address is that there are positions where on the paper it looks good, and the title looks good, but you're set in a box in a salary. Yeah, when business gets slow, you still eating, right? But the majority of the time, the people that you signing off their time sheets and their payroll, they making more money than you, because they put in overtime. They able to do time and a half. They able to come in when don't nobody else come in, and then you sitting here where you locked into a rate. You know what I'm saying? And it's not based on your performance. We need to start looking for things, whether they side hustles, whether they business, things that pay you based on your performance, based on your output, not based on you coming and doing something.
And now there's a lot of things that you can do online that don't even require you to spend a whole bunch of time. So I got a friend that does surveys, get paid $125 per survey. You spend an hour doing a survey through one of these companies, and then they shoot you a check or a PayPal or whatever for $100, $125. Come on, who ain't got an extra hour in their day? I commute 4 hours per day, but guess what I'm doing? I'm finding time to do other stuff that I need to do, because I realize I don't care how hard I work. My job ain't gonna pay me anymore. Who came in? My cart runneth over. Hello, how you doing? Gina, how you doing? Cassandra, how you doing? Many blessings to you. Good morning to any I miss, says Pia. I'm not familiar with. Got to jump in the bushes. Thank you, thank you. Rosalind, how you doing? Rosalind says they will need 2 to 3 jobs to keep up with this economy, because government spending, no retirement or SSI. The future for this generation to come is not good. How long I've been telling you that there's not going to be an SSI? How long?
A long time.
A long time, probably 20 years. Yeah. I was like, when we get to retirement age, there's not going to be this. So we're going to have to do something to protect ourselves and figure out some investments that are going to help us in retirement. Mr. Ika, yes.
When will we ever bring up change your environment, y'all?
Okay.
I mean, I don't think really people understanding about changing your environment matters, right? And this is what I mean by that. You know, if I'm not prospering a certain location, we tried it, we moved, we did this, we did that, and it's taking 2 and 3 jobs. I'm not spending no time with my kids, not spending no time with my family. I'm not spending. Change your environment. And some people say that's not. No, I ain't saying it's easy. In some cases, it's very hard.
Easy now.
But I'm saying somewhere you're gonna have to evaluate what you're doing, and you're gonna have to say, look, my kids are far more important. My family is far more important, and it's a balance. I still got to work. I still got to do stuff, and I might need to do without certain things to get me where I need to go, because it's only temporary. You know, if I had to go, which I've done, sleep in my car for some days or 2, just to get an edge, to get some money, to get some extra cheese. Sometimes you gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? Or if, hey, this is a great time to do a water fast. and I do a week of water fast, and then I got an extra
Be like,
$200.
man, yeah, like we done saved a lot of money just by not
I mean,
buying food, just by water
you
fast.
just sometimes you have to go. What's up?
Educated Natural, how you
Hey,
doing?
educated natural.
Gardening is great. How are you doing? Good morning to you.
So there's things that we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to also be patient and maybe multi-generational live.
Yeah.
Have grandmama, auntie, brother, cousin.
Yeah.
In one place.
Yep. And everybody contributing, not one, not nobody living off of everybody else.
If you get disability, you get everybody got to put in the pot.
Yep.
Everybody got to put in the pot and try to put it equally. You know,
if you can.
If you can. I understand there's some exceptions, but
these are just some ideas.
Yeah, they just ideas.
I mean, just ideas to kind of give you something different to think about, and perhaps you'll have maybe something will hit you and say, dang, you know what, me and my cousin have been talking about sharing bills. She got 2 kids, I got 3. We can get a 3-4 bedroom and then spend bed friend.
You know a little bit about nursing.
Let's do it.
And I know a little bit about this or
Absolutely.
Why we can't make it in Orlando? Why we can't make it in Macon, Georgia? Or why we can't make it in Birmingham, Alabama, rather than Cincinnati and Detroit?
I had a young lady reach out to me. She was like, I've been following your journey. Now I want you to help me to buy some land. And she was like, me and my best friend are getting together. We're going to put our money together to buy some land. Listen, game changer. The simple things like that going to be a game changer. I know a lot of people have trouble with sharing spaces and all of this type of stuff and dealing with other people's attitudes and personalities and all that. When it comes down to survival, you got to do it. Yeah. You're going to have to do it either voluntarily or involuntarily, dealing with this economy.
And what's wrong with splitting your house up? You might have had a house that you probably couldn't afford by yourself, but with the two of y'all, you'll be amazed what you can probably afford. And this is the thing with land and sometimes with houses, the more you get, the cheaper it is.
And is. Gina says, one important habit to adjust is spending habits. Some people broke paying for unnecessary stuff: DoorDash, takeouts, trips, luxury cars, etc.
Cable, all of that.
Yep.
All of that. And just shedding. And it does not mean that it's permanent, y'all. There's okay. What if you went 6 months with shedding a few things? You know what I'm saying? And in the beginning, it might seem long, but then after a while, you won't even miss it. We've been there, done that.
You know what I'm saying?
Cut your lights off when you go to work.
Yeah.
Cut your hot water heater off when you go to work.
Yes.
Ain't nobody there.
Yeah.
Turn off your thermostat when you go to work. There's nobody there. You know what I'm saying? Be strategic about some of the things you're doing. You know, check your tires on your car. You know, change your oil. Make sure your car working in a good. Change your air filters. Go ahead and do certain small things and document what you're spending, and then take a look at what you're spending. And you'll probably see, because we're talking about 5%, over 11%. We talking about 9% increases. We talking about 15% increases. We talking about sugars. Now let's go into sugars, what I was getting ready to go into.
Okay.
Reduce your amount of sugar intake, because sugars are increasing by almost 9% in 1 year. Imagine if you reduce 9%. Just say you spent out of the year. What do you think? Somebody with sweets and sugary things people spend, cakes and.
I mean, I was in the I go into Publix because I like to grab me a already packaged salad. I don't make my own salads out here because our refrigerator is real janky. It'll freeze my salad. So one of the things that, and we were talking about this just Friday, is that I gotta get to making my own salads. Even though the salad that I buy, it's like $4-5, anywhere between $4 and $6 max, you know, and that that and a chicken strip or something, like that'll last me all day. So it's not a lot of money, but even that,
Yeah,
even that every day, 5 days a week, going to work, you're doing that, it starts to add up. It adds up a lot. So um we try to think of all types of ways that we can save in any and everything. Um Ultimate goal, scroll down. Yeah. Ultimate goal, getting land. Family Man says, Eco, I do that now. When you said that on another video, I turn the power off when we leave for the day.
and I'm telling you, those little things, and most good quality utility companies will give you a free valuation. They'll also come out and inspect your property, and you could probably do simple things from caulk around your windows, from sealing them cracks around your doors. I don't care whether it's cold weather, whether it's hot weather. You can do certain things, even maybe change some of your insulation in your attics, or maybe get some insulation if you got basements underneath your floor joists. It wrapping the hot water heater. It's so many different things that you could do. And if you look at 20 and 30 and $40 a month that you saving over a year period of time, and you say, dog, I'm paying less for this electricity, that's some of your 8 and 9% increase away to keep you somewhat, help you out where you say, dog, I do got enough gas money for the end of this month. I do have a little something where I could just pay this little bit extra on this bill. I do have an extra 20 and $30 I can add to this credit card. And I'm telling you that, as Dave Ramsey say, that snowball effect, it'll start moving and it'll start moving. And you start noticing your month to month start going down. And that's giving yourself a raise. That's taking charge of your income, because most people that's doing well, they living below their means. And what does that mean? Some people don't even know what that means. I want to explain what living below your means. I make, just say if I make $4,000 a month, that means I'm living well under the $4,000. It could be $2,000, it could be $2,700 a month. But I make sure my lifestyle stay up underneath there. Those people, they see inflation, they feel inflation, but they're not heavily impacted because they keep their lifestyle underneath what they make. But if you say, hey, I made $1,000 this week, or I made $2,000 this week, and I'm already spending $2,000,
right?
You need to check and evaluate what you're doing, what's going out, and is it really necessary?
I was talking to Lil Gigi, because she has her own job. Gardening is good. Let me say this first. Gardening is great said, we're all gardeners, so go hard in the garden, increase what you grow. Everything is expensive now. And Gina said, learn a new thing, learn how to do something that you can do yourself instead of having to pay for it. These fingernails, these nails right here. No longer spending all of that money to go to the nail shop. And guess what? And they growing better now since I'm taking care of them myself. Wayne says I'm saving $600 more a month. I did it with my DIY solar farm and buying. No, it's just stop buying an EV, because now saving $300 a month by not buying gas. Charge my EV free from my solar farm. Many ways to save.
Who that?
That's on Wayne, okay. Regenerative Wayne.
That's what's up, man.
And so, what I was fixing to say.
I was talking about living below your means. And
Lil Gigi. So, our youngest daughter, my little clone, my little girl, 18, and so she got her job and she got a promotion just recently, and they talking about promoting her again. And so we're talking. We have to like really educate her on certain things. Like don't allow them to, you're being promoted fast. Don't allow them to promote you and not pay you. You make sure that you find out what the dollar amount that's coming with this promotion and with this extra responsibility that I'm going to have, because the cost for her is going to be great when she decides that she's going to leave home. It's not going to be like my first apartment, $80 a month, baby. It's not going to be anything like that. it's not even going to be 500 a month for them, because if you're talking about even in the country out here, rents are not just dirt cheap anymore.
No.
That just, those days are just over. And I don't know anywhere where you can find rents that were like when we first started.
The cheapest place that rents are when you own your own land. And what I mean by that, some people like, oh, some people, they do get income tax check return sometimes. And instead of buying certain stuff,
God was good.
You might want to just buy a slither of land and see what you can put on that slither of land.
Seriously.
There's a lady that's around the corner from us. She got a cabin about the size of our cabin. And she created a studio apartment, just like what we doing. And they paying $850 a month. And we in the middle of nowhere. $850 for a studio. $850 out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That letting you know how serious this thing is. And then you get so many wealthy landowners and companies buying neighborhoods. When that grip get the holding on owning land, and you realize that there's not enough inventory for me to buy.
Yeah, these big companies are coming in and buying up the single family homes.
Yes.
They are focused on buying up the single family homes, not the apartment buildings and all of that. They buying up the single family homes because guess what? They're going to be renting their homes to you.
Yep. And they're going to be so convenient. And it's going to be
great. And the neighborhoods are going to be
crime rate going to be low.
And they're going to take care of the lawn care for you and all of that stuff, while charging you a premium.
Yep. And then guess what happens? 5, 10 years, you say, hey, I no longer want to stay here. I'm getting ready to move. You walk away with how much?
Goose eggs.
And you might have to also.
And so people, this is one of the things when talking to people buying homes now, they're like, but the interest rate is so high and this and that. And I'm like, what's high is you banking on paying somebody else's mortgage. That's what's high. Because you're going to pay for somebody's mortgage. It's either going to be your own or it's going to be your landlord.
You're going to pay for it.
You're going to pay for somebody's mortgage. So, and then you don't have any type of say-so in how they increase your mortgage, your rent, rather.
And what if they decide to sell?
And if they decide to sell, baby, you're going to have your 30-day notice to let you know that they fixing to sell. You better start finding you somewhere to live.
And you have no choice in that matter.
You don't have no choice
at that time, whether you prepared or not. Time, whether your kids in school, none of that. All of that.
And you think they care? Yeah, they're not concerned with your family dynamic.
To commute 2 hours or an hour and a half.
They're not concerned with any of that. They're concerned with you paying this rent, you paying my mortgage. And I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying you have to make the decision on whether you're going to pay your mortgage or somebody else's mortgage. And guess what? Even if you paid less.
Right. You remember our friend that went through that?
Are they foreclosed on? Absolutely.
Yep. Our friend paid for about 6-7 years. Yep. He was lease to purchase, buying. He's on a finance.
He's doing an option.
He was on a finance.
Yeah.
So he was paying rent, and it was lease to purchase. And he had put in a shop. He had did a lot of work to that property. He redid the deck,
nice
interior, all of that. And come to find out, for 2 years, the owner hadn't been paying on that particular house. And almost 2 years. And he was told to leave and remove and vacate the property.
Yep. You got to get out of them people property.
45 days. And you talking about years worth of save. I mean, all of that. He done built his whole life
and you
around
leave with
nothing.
How else are you going to, over a few years, get everybody's area is different, but
Mm.
I always, I be focused on our area. How are you going to get over a 7-year period of living in a house, letting it collect equity? How are you going to get 100, 200, $300,000 house worth of cash at your disposal? How else are you going to be able to do that if you don't get into this game? Even if you just get into the game, even if you if you move around, you want to be not stationary, not at one job, whatever. But even if you get in just as a landlord yourself, have somebody else paying for it, and then one day, if you want to come back to that, then guess what? It's there. Or you want to put it on Airbnb, or you want to whatever to make sure that you have that extra money coming in that you didn't have in the past. So there are just so many ways.
Don't let convenience keep you away from your blessings. And what I mean by that, sometimes
Sweet Thorn said crypto. How many people know how to invest in crypto? What?
Yeah,
I mean, teach a class on it. You know what I mean? Like tell people how you actually do this, because my crypto is looking trashy. It's looking real trashy right now. And
I just say diversify.
Yeah, diversify is good. Diversify is good. However, I'm gonna always stand on real estate. Just because not as a realtor, not as this designation that I have. I'm gonna stand on real estate as an investor, because I know and I have benefited so much from that. I've benefited so much. There is no other investment that I have done
even
that have brought the type of return. Even when we lost,
we won. We had a house when during that bad recession period of time, when we lost our home. They still ended up cutting us a check because we had equity in that house. After they foreclosed on it, they still cut us a check. Because I keep saying, y'all, if you go in right, if you do your research, go back, replay some of these videos, replay some other people's videos, do your research, go in, knowing what you're doing, and location. I don't care what city you in, what place you in, location. You get something and you just say, hey, this location right, my finances are aligned where I can do this. This is a good deal. Man, it's just one of them things where a piece of wood don't cost the same 5 and 10 years that it used to.
Right.
The price of going out and harvesting that is not the same, which is now I'm going back to my subject on where we got off, but we can come back.
Go ahead.
We've been talking about food prices and food increases, from food to home, right? You preparing, you going out buying groceries and bringing food. One thing that did decline, what do you think declined?
Off of what?
Food increases, food prices overall.
So what declined?
Something did decline by 1.2%.
I have no idea what that would be.
It was pork.
Wow.
Pork declined.
Okay.
I'm just saying. There was a decline. And guess what had some of the lowest increases? Vegetables, fruits.
Really?
The lowest out of the foods overall. I'm not talking about those exotic fruits you be buying, the ones out of season and all that, but I'm talking about across the board.
Okay.
They had all of it increased, but it had the lowest increase.
It was fruit and vegetables.
Mainly vegetables.
Wow. Okay.
Why was that?
Could have fooled me, because that lettuce I be buying, child.
Okay.
It's just some spring mix that most of us grow in our garden.
Listen. The whole subject matter did not deal with any, and that's where I'm finna go to. I'm glad you went there.
Okay.
Everything I'm talking about is raw goods and raw materials. Nothing prepped, nothing prepared. Now let's go into our growers. Our farmers did not see this increase. Our true farmers did not see the increase. They attributed all of these increases to packaging, to marketing, to transportation, to all of that.
Mm.
So when I'm talking, first, I was talking about raw goods. Now, when you take some salad, you clean that salad, you process that salad, you put it in a nice little plastic container and you send it out. That's not what I'm talking about.
Mm.
I'm talking about the price of that raw consumer piece. When I talk about you take that, you take it to maybe a certain name brand store, you take that meat, you do this. The majority of all of the costs and the increases far exceeded these percentages. What really increased was the production, the market costs.
Okay.
The farmers, the growers did not see none of these increases really.
Wow. Yeah.
And we're leaving them out completely.
I can see that.
We're leaving our growers and our producers. Our manufacturers are making the money. Our not labor, but label, packaging, transportation. That's where all the costs is really the majority of the cost is.
And here's the crazy part about that is that it's getting cheaper. It's getting more cheaply made. When you look at I think you said something like that yesterday. You were like, man,
Flimsy.
this little thing so flimsy, and those little
the meal rate.
Okay.
The meal rate.
Okay.
It's like the thickness. Anytime you're dealing with plastic, it's a meal rate.
Okay.
So even some of your hard plastic toys and different things that used to be hard plastic and real rubber, now they're getting thinner and thinner and thinner.
Yeah, yeah. So
and the cost is rising.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, for me, the solution is that we got to be growing more. We have to be growing more. Yeah, we got to figure out the refrigeration part of it so that, it's not such a go to the store every day. Then one day you got a 3 for $5. And then the next day, that same 3 for $5 is 3 for $10. And I've seen it. I was listen, I was on this one particular brand of lettuce and I loved it.
Notice how you just said that. Notice how you just said that.
What I was on?
No. What you were talking about was packaging.
You
see what I'm saying? The raw good itself, the people, the growers, they didn't get no increase. But what they did, they took those raw goods and they packaged that stuff. And they fluctuating with these prices. The moment they touch it, the moment they package it, it's changing.
Yeah.
For instance, less, but paying more.
Yes.
But the raw material itself really didn't increase that much.
Yeah.
But their profits are increasing.
Absolutely. They're going to find a way for them profits to increase. They're going to find a way.
So let's talk about some solutions. How many people know growers? How many people have in contact with meat producers? If you're a meat vegetable producer, we get it. You growing your own stuff, but sometimes if you got a family of 5, family of 6, and you work a full-time job, you got your everyday events. You might not have that time to maintain and keep that much production because it takes a lot to keep a family. We had that experience, and because we were home the majority of the day, we were able to grow it.
Yeah.
But
hey, Mazie, how you doing?
Hey, Mazie, how you doing? But it required everyday activities, right? Intentional time.
Yeah.
Right? Between pests and everything else.
I was about to say, at least walk out to make sure that the hornworms are not taking your whole tomato patch out. Make sure that it's just not demolishing your crop overnight. So just walk out. Just walk out and look. Just inspect. At least inspect once a day.
So are we utilizing? Where do we find our growers? What are some of the places you can find growers?
Shoot, you go to the country. I mean, I see a lot of them. You'll see a lot of farm signs up when you ride in the country. If you're always in the city, you're not even gonna You ain't gonna even understand how these people are out there. They're there. They make sure that they put up signs. They make sure that they name their farms so that you will know that they're there, that they are available to give you something. We just not too far from us, we just had a bunch of cows go in over in a field. So, and cows had never, as far as we know, since we've been here, cows have never been in that particular field before. But now they putting cows over there. I'm sure it's for nitrogen purposes, or whatever, but to make sure that they're also grass fed. And so what are they going to do with these grass fed cows? It's somewhere. You better be looking for the signs and finding out when you seeing those grass fed cows, not the ones in the pens that are eating this antibiotic filled grain and all of that stuff. Find out where these people are. It's easy to find out when you get outside of the city.
And so to add to that, you got Facebook groups.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You can also do your local farmers market. You can go and talk to some people. And if you got a non-chain food market or grocery store, talk to some of the produce people in the meat department. Talk to some of the people in the store manager. Another thing you can also do is start your own group. We got to be intentional about what we're doing. We got to strategize what we're doing. We got to think outside the box. In order for us to help each other, to help our growers, to help our farmers, to help our family, to help our communities. And that's the thing that we got to get back, and we got to start to the part where we start putting together communities. We have lost this thing of community. It used to be where you didn't have these Dollar Generals, these Walmarts. You didn't have none of that. All you had was the local community store.
The mom and pop stores.
Mom and pop store. And that's what you relied on. And people, when the last time you talked to a butcher? When the last time you had a conversation and he even asked about purchasing maybe a half a cow or a quarter of a cow? Or that's if you're a meat eater. If you're not a meat eater, when the last time you even went to your local fresh foods market and then just ask what co-op are you a part of?
Or if you're not a meat eater, when is the last time you grew your own vegetables?
Yeah.
When's the last time you grew your own tomatoes? Have you started growing, putting fruit trees in the ground?
Yep.
Like that's where we headed.
It starts one plant at a time.
One plant at a time. We headed right there to where we can just walk out and eat.
Yep.
That was a great thing about
walk. Man, we
wore that out. We had about two of them that we don't go out anyway. Yeah. So it makes a world of difference, especially if you're not buying organic. That's where it really, really matters. If you're not buying organic and you're eating the number 4 stuff or the number 3 stuff that has high levels of pesticides in them instead of the number 9 stuff, on the package where it'll have the number.
Some of us can't afford that number 9.
That's what I'm saying. Grow it yourself. That's what I mean. That's why I said it makes the biggest difference in terms of health, because you're not taking in all of those chemicals and crap that's on the number 3 and the 4 and the 5 stuff. If you're growing it yourself, you know exactly what is being put on it. When I was out this morning, I saw a particular field that had a caution sign up. And it was a warning because of the types of pesticides that they're using. And it had warning, pesticides in use, in huge letters. So ain't nobody hiding nothing from you. Nobody hiding nothing from us. We know that they are doing this, but if we get to growing, use whatever we have, get those $1 pack of seeds, get the $2 pack of seeds. If you think about it, even if you paid $3 or $4 per pack of seeds, how much produce can you get just off of growing that one patch. You can get a ton of produce without even using store-bought fertilizers and stuff.
Check out the video.
Make some banana water. You know what I mean?
Check out Gigi's video.
Use for the people who are coffee drinkers. That coffee that's left over, pour that stuff over in your plants.
When it's cold.
Give your plants nitrogen. Like, we can do this stuff, but we got to get out of the mindset. Well, I'm gonna have to go outside. Well, I'm scared of bugs. You know, it's going to require something from you. Every next level that you go to requires something of you. So if that means that you're going to become, it is. It really is.
We had this conversation where we was talking about cell phone technology out, this and that. The question is, have we ever grown anything? Have we ever cared for any plant? Have we ever harvested anything? But it starts right now when things are okay, when things are all right.
Yeah.
This is your practice time.
But here's the thing. Things are not okay right now. And I know that's not what you were saying, but I'm saying things are not okay. Look at the amount of people that are on the internet talking about what we're talking about. Look at the amount of people that are on the internet complaining about it. So things are not okay. And if you already know that, if you already know it's not okay, then at some point, something is going to be like your brain has to be like, what can I do to help myself? What can I do to help my family? What can I do different than what I'm doing now to avoid giving Publix my $12 every day? What can I do different? So it's on us. Nobody hide nothing from us. It's on us. And if we know enough to start up this phone, now here's one thing that won't happen. We ain't fixing to call this phone company and be like, my bill too high. Because guess what? We want unlimited text. We want unlimited talk. We want unlimited internet. We're not fixing to do these. Or like me, I got two phones. I have one phone for business. I have one phone for personal. But guess what I'm not fixing to do? I'm not fixing to give up my business phone, and I'm not fixing to give up my personal phone, because business people ain't got no business having my personal phone. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do that. But guess what I am going to do? I'm canceling Netflix. I'm canceling Hulu. And that's going to give me my $45 a month. That's going to pay for my business phone. I'm just saying, we got to do stuff different. If you want different results, you have to do something different. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I like you talk.
I love you.
I love you too, babe. But
let's go.
Okay, but going back to what I was saying, and as we bring this thing to a close, really, people, we are not in a position where we can negotiate what we're paying. We can't negotiate our output. The reason why we can't negotiate is because the train is so big and is moving so fast. And we have built a society where we rely on a lot of these technologies, a lot of these advancements, and they're great, they're amazing. But once again, we step off of that train to go out here and live, to see if we can live off grid. We have been living off grid. We've been surviving off grid. We know we can do that. But my question is, what are you doing to fortify your family, to get your family skill set, to make sure that you all are okay, to make sure that you all can mentally, intellectually deal with it, more than just physical? You know what I'm saying? Because it's more than just physical. What you see there?
Who is this? Mary Be Free. Hello to you. Says that you got an attractive backdrop. And Mary Be Free also said he's mesmerized by your talk.
I've been doing that for a long time. Boy. Ain't nothing. I'm telling y'all, fam, ain't nothing like an intelligent woman. I don't like no. Well,
I don't know. I mean, is that a thing though today? Like most men don't want.
Today, I don't care what most men want. I don't I don't. None of that don't matter to me. I don't care what impresses this
I'm
guy,
sorry. I'm
that
sorry.
guy.
I'm sorry. Let's not get Eco Neighbor on
Some
his thing,
bull.
on his tangent. All right. So Kim Stage, her garden life says Eco Neighbor Gigi, at least on a daily basis, I'm telling family, friends, or strangers to go purchase seeds. And most are not interested in just purchasing
It ain't
seeds for the
fun.
future.
It ain't fun for some that never did it.
And guess what? Ain't nobody, it can't get me, it can't get me um like a Bentley. If I buy a Bentley, then people can say, "Ooh, she got it going on. He got it
Let,
going on."
let,
Buying seeds is not going to get you that.
let me
It's
ask
not
you a
going to get you
question.
that
Let
type
me
of
ask you a
attention.
question. What happens when the internet shuts down and they can't put no gas in that Bentley and they can't go where they need to go and they stuck at the house and won't nothing come on? The refrigerator won't talk to them. Siri won't answer back. And they can't even get outside the door because it's all automatic and it's all voice control. And they still in the house trying to figure out how to get the lights on. They don't even know what a security box at because they ain't had, man, it's so many different things that you do that you understand. Some things ain't for some people. It's just like this whole lifestyle right here, it ain't for some people. And I'm cool with that. But
Hmm.
this is the thing. If you see the significance of it and you shared those things and you gave them some insight about those things, you done your part. All you got to do is now
You
make sure
plant the seed.
you protect
Yeah.
your knowledge and you increase your knowledge and
Yeah.
you create increase your skill set. Because even the good book say, whosoever will,
Mm,
you don't get an increase.
mm.
All you do is just, hey, this seed came from something greater than me. And then I'm gonna take this seed, I'm gonna put it in the ground, I'm gonna cover it up, now watch it grow.
Mm.
Right?
You plant the seed. That's your only job. You
That's
plant the
all you
seed.
can do.
So for those who don't want it, then guess what? That's on them.
Yeah. And sometimes it's almost like it's almost like this dude is prank, right? And he was like, would you give me $5 for what's in the box? He was going around the store, would you give me $5? And he was mainly targeting older people. And they looked at him like he was crazy. Absolutely not. You ain't finna get me like that, young man. No. Some of them told him, get away from me. And then this one lady said, hey, you only live once. And she was
Hello.
like, she said, $5. I'm gonna waste it in this store anyway. So why not? I want to see what's in the box. And so she got the box and she opened up a box and she opened up another box inside the box and then another box. She said, just with these boxes right here, these are good gift boxes right here.
Okay.
I mean, it's her mindset.
Perspective, baby.
And then all of a sudden she go down and it's $5 in the box.
See. Yeah.
But if you ain't never took no chance, you ain't never step
Yeah.
out there on faith,
Yeah.
and you talking about $5, that ain't gonna change your life. A pack of seeds ain't gonna break no bank.
Right. But it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Giving
It keeps on giving. It's
every
gonna
single
gonna
time.
keep on giving you something.
Then guess what
Just
they do?
like
We give you seeds after you done ate it.
yeah,
Come on.
give you even more seed. Keep on giving. So even for the people who are like, I can't do it, my thumb ain't the right color and whatever, I
You keep
can't do
planting
it.
different seeds.
Listen, go get you some starts. I talk all the time about look for the ones who have multiple plants inside
Hold on
of
for a minute.
the package.
If you don't have a green thumb, you don't feel like you can grow. Find a seed. Find a seed that's in the right season, the right grow zone that you're in, and just throw it somewhere out in the woods and throw it somewhere down with some dirt at, and then walk away from it, leave it alone,
Leave it
and come
alone
back some months and watch this.
and watch what happens. Watch what happens.
Because sometimes we be dibbling and dabbling so much that we we kill it.
Yeah.
Just leave
We
it alone.
mess with stuff. That's why I be telling people all the time about they moringa. Because people always want to ask about
Shake that
moringa.
moringa.
And I'm like, look, put that, stop trying to use the bougie dirt. Put that moringa in some old jacked up dirt, plant that baby, leave it alone, let it grow. Moringa is not meant to be in the great pristine environment.
Moringa is a hood plant.
So it's hood.
Yeah, moringa come from the gutter. Moringa is a plant that
So
said, y'all say
that's
ain't
just one
nothing here.
example.
We gonna pull it out.
That's just one example though. We mess with stuff too much. Mint. People like, my mint died. That mint ain't dead. Leave that mint alone in that packet. You put that mint in the ground, put that dead, so-called dead mint in the ground, and you'll find out because it's gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be taken over. So it sometimes you just have to leave stuff alone. You just have to leave it alone and just let it grow, let it do its thing. It knows what's happening up under that dirt. You don't. Leave it alone. Let it do its thing. Um, let's see. Hey, Harmony Gardens, how you doing? I don't have a green thumb, but I've been trying 4 years next month. Buy you some starts. Buy you some starts. Put you some banana water over in your plants. Them leafy greens love some banana water, but you can water your fruit trees with them, all of that. Find you a gardening friend that can help you. Metro parks and libraries have people there that are there all the time that will help you and sometimes even provide you with seeds. Your libraries, a lot of our libraries, I know that one particular library, at least two of them in Tallahassee, gives away seeds every spring. You just have to be on the lookout, call them, ask them, when do you give away seeds to plant? But they give away vegetable seeds at the library every single year. So if you know that poor to where you can't pay $1, $2, $3, $4 for a pack of seeds that's going to keep on feeding you, go to the library. Ask the library. You're gonna spend more in gas just going to the library if the library ain't right down the street from you than going ahead and just buying the seeds. But just call the library, find out when they are giving away their seeds, and get some.
Investment in you.
Every dead plant ain't dead. Exactly.
You know, I think we have to really start looking at it. You know, we pay for healthcare, we pay for insurance, we pay for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Growing your own food is healthcare.
And it is.
It's healthcare.
And it is.
And you talking about reducing your month to month, and you on medication after medication after medication.
Yep.
You might want to take a look at growing your own stuff.
Shy, you know I was talking about you. You know I was talking about you.
On what?
With that mint. She in the G Tribe chat yesterday, Shy was talking about her mint dead. I was like, it ain't dead. Leave that mint alone. But that's one of the things that people commonly talk about is that mint. You know, they just, you know, they just think the mint is dead. I'm like, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. That mint ain't dead. Just leave it alone. It's gonna come back and give you some more. And then guess what? When it does come back, clip you a couple of pieces off, pop it in some water, and watch it grow roots in like 3 days. Like for real.
Just sit it next on the window.
Just sit it somewhere and just let it do its thing. So what else you got, Eco, my bro?
You have survived another episode of Eco Nation News. Hopefully it was news you could use. But if it wasn't, thank you so much for spending the time. Thank you so much for interacting. Thank you so much for your comments. Really appreciate your presence.
Yeah.
For our members, thank you so much for your continued support.
Thank you, members.
Y'all coming on strong. Really appreciate you all. Look forward to talking, chatting with you all. Hope y'all have a great day. Hope you have a beautiful week. And make sure that you try to check off one of your goals, okay?
Yes.
Try to check off one of your goals, at least one.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you all so much.
Much love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. Always good to see y'all. Until the next time, make sure whatever you do, keep on growing. Grow.
Bye, guys.
Y'all take care. Stay blessed.
And remember, good vibes save lives.
Hey, this is my life.